All right, all right. A very, very, very good morning, late evening to you out there in the ether. Ether? I don't know exactly where that is. Let's try to give a little bit of an adjustment. An adjustment. I could have swore. Oh, let's see. Let's get a little better. No, that's the wrong way. Let's see. Yeah, that's about right. That's enough. I remember when I never really frequented strip clubs. It's like, look, I went everywhere. I did everything. So I remember, I got a lap dance from and this chick goes, "You want to adjust yourself?" And I said, "What does that mean? Like pull it out?" I never really got it. What that adjust yourself means. I mean, you get an erection where it's in your pants, so you can take it out. I don't know what that means. Adjust yourself, but kind of a vague terminology. You know, who was it? There was some rapper goes, there's no, as much as the contrary to your beliefs, there is no getting it on in the champagne room. Get it? Champagne room, it pops. Yeah, I just got it. That's crazy. So this funny ass. I remember a couple of years ago, my friend Chris. Um, we don't, both of us don't gamble anymore. It's find other things to do. And one time, I guess we were near downtown. I heard this place, this Sam's Hofbrau. It was all like lit up, casinos. Let's go in there. Let's go check it out at night. And oh my god, I never forget it. There was like it was like going into a strip club in the hood or something like that. I mean, there was all these brothers in there, and they had like they were throwing. They had like packs of like 100 singles packs. They were throwing like it was like raining dollar bills. I mean, this woman came by with I remember one of these strippers. She picked up all the cash with a duffel bag, literally a duffel bag. A little Chinese guy in the corner or something. This little guy that was the owner. Apparently, that was Sam. And it's funny. I was standing near him in the corner, and I noticed. And then they have another place like an after hours thing. So after that closes at 2, guys can go pay. The after hours. The version of it. So I guess the party never ends. I think the place is even open during the day. Um, but strip clubs for me, those kind of women that work there, they're young, they got bodies. I heard some of the older porn stars, the ones that I like, they're still like they waitress. They're like kind of, and to me, like they don't think they're legends or anything like that. I do though. Like I grew up with them. Like literally, I was watching VHS tapes. Some of these women still got it holding together. They work out or whatever. Like they take care of themselves. So it's like, think about that. You can get a little bit of a fun with them. It's like, to me, that's like, a dream come true. For me anyway. So sorry, I don't know what the hell that was. Um, anyway, this is a chai spice tea. No special ingredient today because sometimes you don't want to overdo it on you. There was a cigar I used to talk to, and his thing was like, it takes one day on, one day. Very good. He's very, very smart for his age. I think he played in the U.S. FL, in the 80s. Dude was like 50, probably, or 54, but dude was in phenomenal condition. I mean, phenomenal condition for his age. Um, Very knowledgeable. So, I always tell people like that, yeah, do not, I mean, not only give Ron Germany too much credit because he's, for what he did, he's an idiot, like he's playing Rainbow. And he was like, he was a little fucked up, but we talked and he told me, he said, keep yourself in best shape. Think about it, like Steve Harvey talked about this. He said, what it's like making a lot of money and trying to keep it. Try doing 100 push-ups and then holding the position after the 100th push-up. That's what it's like to try to hold on, all your money, and your properties and everything like that. it's like Jesus, wow. Um, Makes a lot of sense. The kind of have to have some type of pattern of, because think about this: the more shit that you own, the more shit has to be upkept, and that means money's got to come in constantly from something. So the way I think, you know, I don't think I ask, too much out of life financially. A nice little condo, even at this point, it's a huge step up from living in government housing, county housing. So, you want to set, look, it's good to reach for the stars, but they say if you, at least you hit the moon, you get something. I listened to this guy, I forgot what his name was, but Jesus, guy made like $100 million off of like, selling rebranded, rebranded. I don't know. Again, I don't know exactly what this is, but he rebrands products for like, gyms. He like teaches them how to like, it's like gym launch or something like that. That's what it is. And this fucker, this guy, fuck, I shouldn't say that, but guys took him like, listen to his story that like it took him like 4 years, and he maxed out all his credit cards. He put everything out there, and it was really hard. He was breaking even. He was losing money for a while, then he was breaking even. Then finally, when it took off, he killed it. He made it. So good for him. They carve out their niche, whatever it is. You know, as long as you're like grinding away at something for something, time sometimes. But you know what? To me, a waste of time is doing nothing. So never, whatever it is. Like I have a friend, he's an artist. Very, it's funny because he was working on computers in the '80s, but he's not very computer literate now, like today. As far as like, the internet and doing everything. So I told him, I said, man, why don't you put your stuff online so the whole world can see it? Like, what do you? He's like, I don't know how to do it. And really, you got to have somebody. You could be a good artist and stuff, but unless you promote, who's gonna see? You're gonna walk around and put it on trees, on fucking, that's the way they used to do it. But this is not they used to times anymore. I know, and it's good. I know, because things push forward. But you have to understand it's 2021. It's gonna be 2022 in a couple months, and you want to be kind of up to what's going on, um, if you want to move ahead, because I've heard this from so many different people. It's like you're either moving forwards or you're going backwards, because nothing is static. Everything changes. So think about that constantly. Now, I was playing a little chess. I know the episode is like potluck, so I'm going to talk a little bit about everything. And I told you, like, I tied in a national championship like 10 years ago. So, but I wanted to get the master for the focus. I don't even want to go there, like what it takes to earn that fucking thing. But my point was that you're practicing and you're studying and you're playing and you're really into it. Like what happens is it's like a muscle, like it fades away, like it's a constant upkeep, and you get better. So it's like, this ain't getting me anywhere. So fuck this shit. So now let me play a little bit online. Got a couple of, and it's like I'm just getting my ass kicked because I'm just not into it anymore, and I'm not as sharp as I used to be. It could come back, and study and everything. But I said, what are you going to dedicate all this energy and something to just to get that piece of paper? It's a big difference between getting a piece of paper, doctor of something, and then a piece of paper that says you're a national master in chess. Um, I guess if you're like 17 years old, you can put that on your resume along with your degree. You apply to some type of, government agency job or something like that. They say, wow, this guy's really smart. Chess tactical abilities and stuff. They might respect that. One of like the Air Force or something like that, but Space Force, whatever. Um, you know, I don't know. As far as a personal accomplishment, yeah, but you're looking at something that's an incredible. I don't even want to. I could do a whole episode on what it takes to get there. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, borderline ridiculous. So, and it's like that with me trying to get this doctor degree in education. I put in a year and a half, program where they awarded me the specialist degree, which was cool. It was cool. Like I got that, I was happy. Then I transferred to another school. I put another year and a half, completed all their courses, and then they fucked me there. Which they wouldn't give me doctoral candidacy. So they fucked me and kicked me out of there, even though I passed all their classes. And so I went back to the school where I got the specialist degree, and right now they're fairly generous with me, fairly generous. We're waiting. It's like as of right now, I'm 5 classes out of the capstone. Getting to that point. So waiting for another course, to possibly transfer in. 2 classes, ironically, finishing on my birthday next month, and then the last 2 needed to get to the capstone. So, it's a grind. It's a grind. And I paid out of pocket. It's just to keep it going. And they used to ask me, "Are you going to school just to make money, or are you going to?" It's a way to kind of finance your education. To borrow your way. Basically, isn't that what the government's doing? They just keep borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. So in my mind, they can do it, and I can do it too. Literally, you can be a professional student if you want. That, I guess that's one thing you can do, but try to keep improving on ideas. Don't just. I mean, look, we're not going to do things temporarily, man. Let me tell you something. I told you, I went back to school in my mid 30s. And I did it the long way. I did it the long fucking way. Because I had nothing else. I didn't know what else did. And in bodybuilding, I didn't want to be a trainer. So I was like, well, there's a way to get 6 years of Pell Grant money to go to school. Well, that's free money. On the side you can pocket that. Plus loans and shit. That's what I did. I didn't know what else to fucking do. You know. It's things change, and sometimes, you put so much stock into something you're passionate about. And what sucks is like, I applied for like minor league baseball jobs, like ladder that way, in Vegas, I know the A's might be going there. I applied for, positions in Arizona, organizations in Arizona, in California, and, California, everything. I had an open mind. I had an open mind to try to, and nobody would fucking hire me. Nobody would just give me a fucking chance, to listen to my passion or whatever, and really started to agitate me because I said, maybe this is just God, man. This ain't your calling. This ain't your calling. You're gonna find whatever it is, no matter how long it takes. And guess what? If it never happens, then you're gonna figure, you'll survive. You'll survive. I'm lucky to know the way. So when I was 25 and stuff, but and I got lucky. I get that, and it keeps me alive. I mean, that's gives me the opportunity to go to school, gives me the opportunity to go. But still, it is, if you strive to move ahead, it's very easy with just a meager existence, and that's basically what it is. What I have. Um, I wrote 2 stories nobody's looking at. I know I talked about it last episode, so we're not going to go back over that. Um, and it's just sometimes it's that long grind. It's a long grind. So even at, it doesn't matter, 3 in the morning, I'm up. I'm doing homework. Watching stuff. I'm watching, like, little stuff here in like the crypto market. As I mentioned, I'm involved. I think what's going to happen is, Bitcoin right now is at what, 62,000, and the ultimate high, the all-time high is like 64. I think what's going to happen is it's going to eke to that point, and then it's going to blast through it. It's going to eke a little by little to like 64, and once it hits there, it's going to fucking jump. It's going to go to 75 fucking as fast as everybody's going to fucking buy it or sell it. There's going to be a lot of action going on when it hits that all-time high. There's going to be media. Oh, the Bitcoin passed the all-time high, and it's going to go right to 75 very, very quickly, in my opinion, if not more. Um, I don't care. There's nothing I can do. That's way beyond my buying capacity. So, as you know, I'm just in Shiba Inu. Um, Hopefully, the Bitcoin train will just keep going where it's trillions and trillions, and it pulls up all the other ones. That's what I'm hoping for. And you know what? I'm also, I don't know if I talked about this, but I remember this was like a couple years ago. The XRP, they had like a thing. The XRP was like 8 cents or something like that. I remember I was controlling amounts. For I had like $10,000 worth. If you want to know what I consider a good amount. And thing where this you're supposed to get like a flare airdrop. It's like free money tokens, and that flare is like worth $1 each. And I'm hoping that when the dust settles and everything, that I'll wind up getting like, because I think I had like 20,000, close to XRP. So I sold that. When I told you I got killed with everything, but that would be nice. 20 grand, man. That's for me. That would really really help. Especially as I'm getting older. I don't do the crazy shit that I used to. I told you like 4 months ago was my last gambling binge, where I wound up going to the bicycle club, and I was making on average, I was making like $2,000 a day, and then I got killed on the eighth day. I lost it all. To a $10,000 hit. I think I wound up making a little bit of money, but even with what I was up, I had the credit cards and everything like that. I'm still, I got to deal with collections and all this shit, all the losing proposition. It might seem fun, for some people, good for you, if you like it. But for me, it was just a obsessive, destructive thing. You're up, you're down, you're stressing, you're up, you're down. I can't, and I just don't need it. I just don't need any of that stuff. I read supplements, clothes or whatever. Just anything casino, man. That's just never got me nothing. Never did. Especially as I got older, it just became fucking with time and energy and drains you. Well, I mean, again, sleeping most of the day, I guess, is you're up all night. You got to sleep sometime, right? So, I'll switch my gym hours up, or I think even last night I went to the gym till close till 11 o'clock, and then I was up all night. The gym opened at 5 in the morning. I was there at 6, which was technically yesterday, and so I wasn't really tired, so I was like, fuck it, all right, I'll go and I'll do legs, at 6 in the morning. I mean, just I figured, time's going, and might as well, keep working the ball, keep doing it. If I got nothing else to fucking do, let's just keep grinding away. I went in the gym at 6 in the morning, about 1% done with the workout, and I saw this chick. I never seen her there before. Looked like she was pretty tall. Um, she was maybe about 20 feet away from me, and she was doing like, I don't know, something where there's like a cable, not cable machine, where you can move the cable on her ankles. So I guess she was doing some type of, light weight bearing exercise, for her thighs or something, but it was on the cable machine or something like that. And I did her structure. Jesus, incredible ass. I mean, it was just Jesus. It was her body. Wow. And so why did you approach? Okay, again, I think I've talked about this before. It's really that it comes up to her, even though, it's, I can only imagine how this woman is bombarded. I mean, again, I mentioned my taste, how good it is. I think she was by herself, but still, I mean, I did look back. I said, I got to see this. She was really like a built, like a cheerleader or something, but she had good height too. Like think it was tall. Here I am, like 5'9", if that. I thought it was 5'10", but 5'9", it could be 5'8". I don't know. Um, and a woman's literally going to look down on you. And ironically, I weighed myself on. They have a digital machine there, weighing. So I was like, a touch under 160. I know it doesn't sound like nothing, but if you're solid, that's whatever. So I weighed myself yesterday. Going up and over, it takes time. My body will not give me a lot. Because it's for whatever reason, genetically, it's really hard for me to put on. I'm pretty solid, so just any type of gain any weight is hard. Um, Again, I was like a touch under 160. Then through all of September, I ended around 170. It was only 10 pounds, but if you're somebody else like bodybuilding, your shape, and plus your body's taking shape, you're getting stronger. It's not just gaining 10 pounds of fat, 10 pounds of solid muscle, on somebody that's like 160 is about percent total volume. So, okay, closer to, let's just say, close to 70%. It's like you're fucking, I mean, so, that's a lot. It's noticeable. Only to 170, 75, that bar, because I want to get 175 and then, hopefully crush it to 200 pounds. I like to be like a pretty little dense 200 pounder, which is a lot for me. Um, so I was 173.6 heaviest, and I was even looking in the mirror and I was like, yeah, I'm not, I was doing legs, and it's hard to what I wear. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see, but I know this, it's coming. It's just it's hard, hey, if it was easy, everybody would be right. So I'll do set after set after set after set of squats on the Smith machine, going up the weight, then going down, and going up a little bit, and then down, finishing like a little, a little more than what I warmed up with. Then I went on to that death machine, I call it. It's like not a hack squat, but it's like a squatting variation machine. If you look up, I think Dexter Jackson calls it the death machine. So just look at it if you want to know what it is. I can't do much weight on there for whatever reason, but I'll do it inverted. I'll do it both ways. I'll do it the way you're supposed to sit in the machine, and then I'll reverse it to where you get a different kind of feeling in your glutes, and your legs, I guess. So, but then anyway, about this chick, like I just didn't know because like I don't want to be that average thing, and she's like probably 27 in her prime, and you're bothering her in the middle of her workout. And as I mentioned, there's a lot of gays that go to my gym. If a dude came up to me while I was working out and tried to hit on me, I would I wouldn't freak out because that would be showing that they cracked your frame and up like go away, like don't even answer because you're wearing a mask. I can't talk, the air. It's hard enough to work out wearing a mask, so I just put up my hand like way kind of thing. Like don't even accept. I don't even accept compliments. I don't care because I don't want progress to be impeded by somebody's satisfaction. Well, it came out pretty good. That's boy. I should write that down. Um, I don't want my progress to be impeded by somebody's satisfaction because that's like somebody telling me like that I'm good already, and it's like, dude, you don't understand what's going on in my mind, like what I'm thinking. It's like, whoa, yo, like I have a friend. I don't want to belittle him, but he's like, oh, 200 pounds is huge. If you get there, not huge. It's big. There's a big difference between fit, big, and huge. It's beyond a walking behemoth. Where I saw like 5'9", the saw, it was crazy. crazy. I'll never forget it. And then I've seen what 250 looks like. And I've met John Cena. He's right up in my face, right there, you know. So I know what that looks like. Then I met Rich Gaspar, what my height 215 looks like. Okay. So, it's all arbitrary. It's all, relative. So, what some people say, oh, 175 is good, is good. It's good. Whatever you think is good for you is all that matters. It doesn't matter. You know, I could you do, right? Like damned if you do, and then damned if you don't. Like it's you hope that man, it's like have so much currency, and I watched this one guy, not with that woman, but there was this woman. She was decent, wasn't my type, and he went up to her and he went like, "Oh, can I ask you something?" He pretended he was giving the gay kind of, but he wasn't. Then he kind of turned once after he said that, he got her attention. Then he went into the regular kind of male kind of. I don't understand. Like maybe you learn this tactic, pretend that you're gay to try to get their interest, and then move into this, what you're real. That's like being coy. I remember a woman used that term on me in a massage parlor. She goes, coy. That the fake, false pretense of character. Like I wish, like say wear your heart on your sleeve. Like I wish there was merit, given out for time served. If that makes any sense in the gym for a very, very, very long time, would be like, wow, okay, I want to learn from this person. I mean, I watched this one guy, this young personal trainer. I was, taking a breather between the death machine, and he was putting this guy that he's really putting him on the hack squat machine, and it's like, dude, that's an advanced level leg exercise. I don't even do the hack squats because of the pressure on the knees. And I would consider that like an advanced level exercise. And this guy is putting this guy on that machine. Like he's wrong. He should be working, dude. Number one, I've heard of guys squatting for months with a broomstick just to get perfect form. So that guy should have had him on the Smith machine for squats. Should have had him on a leg press standard seated machine. Should have had him doing leg extensions. Some of these people, like, they don't know. They're putting them on something that's a very advanced, something that you should have quite a bit of development and knowledge before you really try to hone in there on an advanced level exercise. That's my take on it. Like I watch guys doing Bulgarian. It's called like Bulgarian. It's like a squatting. It's like a it's a one leg thing, or it's like a Bulgarian kind of squat. I looked it up, and these guys, they're nothing to look at, and they're doing this, and I'm saying, why the hell are all these people trying to do these advanced type exercises when they can't even do standard regular squats and standard things? You should have incredible development, and none of these guys are even. A lot of these people, they're just, and what they do is they take these long standing what this, it's like a baby gym in a way. It really is. Um, let them do what it's their what time to waste. I don't bring my phone to the gym. I don't watch this. And the problem is that all the other people, they're not there to take anything. They're there to pass time. What they think, well, I'm doing some exercise while I'm here, I'm getting something off of it. Dude, you do not understand what it takes to transform your body once you're at a advanced level already. Like I would consider myself advanced based on what I know, and it is fucking hard. It requires, really, really strict seriousness and discipline to what you're doing. Your focus and concentration. If it's not there, then you're wasting your time. Pretty much. I ask so much, and even with the amount of I put out, it's like the changes really, and all that little bit more, it adds up. Gain a little bit more, you get a little denser, a little power, and that's what it is. That's That's kind of like, how I think that. So by me going up and talking to that woman, just showing where you're like making the progress, your focus is hoping to get now, but I know that Jim ain't going anywhere, the woman is, but it's like, it should just be organic with some advice or something, or need help with something, or you're working on the same thing. They just, I in the gym, I try to say something if I see a woman right there, and they always just brush me off, kind of thing. Like it's not. I just think this area, what I said this, and I'm not the one that I learned this from this guy. Needs are met, um, and you're just, unless you are really something extraordinary. I'm not talking about physically. Well, that would be help too, but there's a lot of incredible status here. But those are the guys that are fucking those kind of women, and you know, I'm just not one of them. I hate to say like God punished me with this mentality or something. In a way, like maybe I'm just not deserving. You're not deserving, even though you're trying. Like I work my ass off gym. I look around too to see if anybody's really working up a sweat. Like women would appreciate a guy working his ass off, but what they respect is money and status. Your body is, yeah, like it's for like for a man, first thing they look at the woman, they want that great body. That's what they care about. But when a woman looks at a man, I mean, I can't. I'm not a woman. I can't speak on their behalf, but I guess they're looking for status and security and power and fame, money. Guy that chases his dreams. I didn't become nothing famous. I didn't become nothing rich. I continue to try as hard as I can with things, but what can you do? Like, I remember I was at Trader Joe's maybe a year, 6 months ago, and there was a woman. She was pretty good. I don't know how the conversation. She goes, "You're a doctor?" She goes to me, and I go, "I'm working on it." I told her, "I'm working on it," and it just wasn't good enough. Like, she asked me what doctor. I guess she was seeing a medical doctor. That's usually when you say you're a doctor, but you could be a doctor of ministry. You could be a fucking doctor of, of optometry. You could be a fucking doctor of organization. You could be a doctor of nutritional science. You could be a strategic planning. Business administration. I don't care. Like it requires, it's a lot to earn those two damn letters in front of your name. It's a hard earned thing, and it doesn't guarantee you really anything. But that I guess I'm trying to do. Like I until I figure out something better. Saying to myself, well, let's grind it out a year to get it. Let's fucking just do it. Just fucking do it, and that'll be it. And we'll be done with school. What are you gonna do after that? Get there first. Get there first, because the last school that I went to, I had to said the same thing. It was like a year and a half to get this thing, and I didn't realize. So my plan of getting my doctorate through Franklin University, you're looking at one person, one. I'm the only student out of 200 and some that got dismissed from that took the comp exams because for whatever reason, uh, I chose the worst committee members, and they fucked me. One guy was cool, the second guy was okay, but the third guy killed me. So it's like you need a qualifying score, and this third guy fucking killed me twice. And the third time, I got a whole new committee. I kept that first guy, and apparently the other two that I chose, they killed me. So I got dismissed. Anyway, I was going to do a dissertation anyway. I think that's overrated. Um, Good. So there's ways around it. Look, I have a friend that loves history, and when I mean loves history, I mean loves history. And he went to school for years and years and years and years, and got his bachelor's in history. And he went to National University, and he went for his master's in history, which is incredibly difficult to get that master's instead. And he had one of his professors as an undergrad. Um, I wound up getting my bachelor's too. I had some fucking the same thing when I was going for my doctorate early. I've had the most road bumps. I don't fucking call it on this road to this doctor thing, but I'm gonna hang in there till either the plane crashes or the fucking car, whatever. Like I'm going to drag myself up the fucking dissertation, up the Doctor Hill. I don't care how long it takes. I got nothing else to fucking do. So I'm not one of those guys to give up. Some things I will give up because I put takes to get to 2000. Um, it's like just about comparable to becoming a doctor. It's an immense amount of study of knowing, opening lines and being an incredible middle game tactician, end game like a machine. So you have to be all booked up, be very creative, in the middle game and then the end game. It's just there's so much to learn. It's like math. I mean, you could just keep going and going. Things older grandmaster. He goes, if I devoted the type of energy to become a great, into business, I would have been a multimillionaire. And he said that you started you much lifetime, and you don't want to, you know, dig all the way empty mind, and that's what chess is. An empty mind. I guess there's a couple people. I guess what's his name, Nakamura, or whatever. Some dudes, U.S. champions. They make some money. That's the top of the mountain. That ain't gonna cut the mustard, man. Like, isn't it amazing? You could be like number 14 in the country, offer in the country, or the 14th best auto racer. That's something different. Imagine being the 14th best, like football player. Serious, like some serious things by myself. So I guess, at that point, if you're number 14 and you're 16 years old, guess what? Rabbit hole, buddy. Like, or give up because time is adding up and you don't want to waste your life. Either you're gonna go all the top or to say to hell with this is a waste of fucking time. Like, so because what happens is he's 20, he was the youngest. So I'm not saying you're done at 20, but you know that's when you're strongest. And chess is very much like boxing in a way. Your mind, like your testosterone levels, everything is a shit has got to be fucking roaring, to become like a beast, at that time. And kid is like that 17-year-old. I know, like he was using. I remember I think he was 7 or something like that when I played him, and I saw the potential of a monster in there, and the fucking just putting the Chicago Open over that Hans kid. So you know, you can have something like you got to be super last year, like this, or last year, last month. It was like that Nick Walker guy is like a behemoth. I said this guy's gonna blow all these. He got fifth. Fucking the guy that won it last night. You might look at this guy on video. He's a behemoth. Like it doesn't matter. There's other behemoths too, and they come in real sharp in place. So that's like, wow. Can you imagine that? That it's the biggest bodybuilding is like the most ridiculous thing of all. Uh, it's just it's dumb. It's like if you're a football player, or something like that, a hockey player, or something like that, those guys make their money, and if they're smart, they put it away. They invest in smart things. By the time they're like 30, 35, if they're done with playing, they've got enough money invested, that pay them dividends. They don't have to fucking autographs. They're like, you gotta be brains and you gotta have the balls, and nowadays it seems like a lot of these people they have good surrounded by smart people that say, look, years old, broke, like saying that you had millions and now you got zero. You don't want that to happen to you because, I could not be, and then me is a very bothersome story. I, I really, but that's just a teammate. Well, we both sock a little bit. I'm just gonna buy like a couple bricks of gold. Just put it in the deposit box and get it. Can't touch it for 10 years or whatever. Nothing. A couple bricks of gold. Some of those bricks go for like a half a million. Now. So you know, you took 1 million, just one, and put it away. Conseco was saying he was living in a garage. McGuire was so humble. I remember he hit that 61. It was at home. It was in St. Louis in the Maris family. It was the most incredible fucking thing. And I have had I have three bats. I'm hoping it's on my A-Rod bat, but the two bats that I have a 98 McGuire bat game one. That was the most incredible fucking thing. When he hit 70, like excitement. San Francisco is unbelievable. He passed Hank Aaron's record. That was incredible. About Otani, it's great and everything. That pitcher that can hit, it's like they say modern Babe Ruth, yet to be seen. But you know, you're not gonna. No, no, no. What McGuire and Sosa and Bonds did, that was fucking electric. That was just completely incredible. And then they fucking those guys with the steroids got. You know what? That's just all bullshit. I'm sorry. It's we're living in a synthetic era, and that is total bullshit. You know, collectability. Nobody likes Palmero. I have the fucking base that he stepped on when he hit his 500th home run. That's like Hall of Fame merchandise. I'll buy it if it's cheap. I'll fucking take it. I don't give a fuck. They're gonna be the. Let me tell you, it's gonna be in one of three or four places. Three or four places. If it's milestone, it's either going to be in the player's house, or going to be in an expensive auction. So look at it like that. It's either going to be in one of four different things, and you know what? I'll take it if it's $200 fucking dollars for the 500th home run bait. It was on the field when Palmero stepped on it when he hit his piece of history signed by him with a hologram on it for $200 on eBay. Okay. Let them call it the steroid era because all the bat that they hit their 500th home run, whatever, or their 600 a fucking landmark for next to nothing. I got A-Rod. It's this shit real fucking cheap. I don't care. It's still history. I don't care. It's still history to me. So you call it steroid era, call it whatever you fucking want, but collectors, they know the rarity of that stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna make some meat. I gotta get ready and go to the gym. I know it's just, yeah, that bothers me when you see like a woman like that, just it's like damned if you do, damned if you, because if I try, I know Wayne Gretzky, he missed 100% of the shots you don't take, but I still believe you don't bother them, to be a pest to them. You don't want to be number 101 creative because you're different. Think of it, then I'm not going to do it. Anyway, that's all for now. Make a little something to eat before I go to the gym, and I hope else out there. Just